Good morning, students. Welcome to BoS Studies Success at CA exam for foundation student for the paper 3 Quantitative Aptitude. Myself, Dr. N.V. Ravi, Faculty BoS Studies. Today we are going to discuss about the foundation paper 3 Quantitative Aptitude, some of the examination tips and how to face this examination, and ultimately you have to success in this examination. That is the main objective of this section, to guide you. And you all know very well, this is a foundation paper 3 quantitative aptitude, is consisting of the um, business mathematics, logical reasoning and statistics. This is a combination of three, and weightage is given as like business mathematics is having the 40 marks, and logical reasoning is having 20 marks, and statistics part is 40 marks. That is 40 is to 20 is to 40 is the ratio for this examination also. And overall this paper is objective type paper also be, and 2 hours examination also be there. You know, the date schedule also of the examination is also paper 1 accounting is on 18th, and paper 2 business laws on 28th January, and quantitative aptitude business mathematics logical reasoning and statistics paper is 22nd January, and business economics on 24th January. Whereas these two papers, if you look at these two papers, that is paper 3 and paper 4, have the timings are 2 to 4, and that this is a 2 hours paper only. This is a 2 hours paper, and this is a 2 hours, and whereas this paper 1 and paper 2 have the 3 hours paper also be there. Next one is just we have discussed about the understand the pattern of the question paper also be. This paper is paper 3 quantitative aptitude is objective type MCQ, and there is a in the slides it has given that negative marking is also be there, and subject wise weightage also be we have discussed. And to get more scores on the examination point of view, you have mathematics and statistics. The part that is the business mathematics and statistics part is totally formula based, and predictable also be that you what are the formulas that you have to be apply for that particular question also be. Once you thorough on the formulas, you will be able to attempt, and you will be able to score good marks are also this. Next one is logical reasoning is having the chapters like this is basically this is a one chapter, this number series coding and direct decoding. Apart from that, odd man out also be that odd man out also be one. This is a for this one chapter, and direction senses, blood relation and seating relations, and syllogism is not a syllabus. In the syllabus earlier it was there, by mistake it was being typed here. Syllogism is not a part of that, and practice daily 15 to 20 questions then from this chapter, and focus on accuracy, not on the guesswork, and use the shortcut tricks also. Diagrams are also be practiced very well, then you can able to attempt all the logical reasoning questions. And while attempting the question paper also, we first look at the logical reasoning part also be you can able to complete in a very short time, and apart from that it will be save the your timings also be so give the priority on the while attempting the logical reasoning part of the question paper also. Next one is the topic wise preparation strategy also be that we will discuss in the while coming to the business mathematics part. It has like a ratio and proportions, indices, logarithms. This is a one unit actually. Ratio and proportion, indices, and chapter 1. This is chapter 1 comes under channel. And these are all formula based only. Mathematics of finance and time value of money have the good, major role, and it has the good score on the examination also be. Apart from that, actually, linear inequalities also be very important. This also be technical, very graphical and based questions only. And permutation and combinations, sets and relations and functions, and limits and continuity functions are also be given. Now differentiation and differential and integral, all these are the formula based questions only that we want to say here. Next, statistical description of data, sampling, measures of central tendency and dispersion one part. Probability is a important part. And next one is probability distribution. In these two are discrete distributions. Normal distribution is a continuous distribution, and stepwise problem solving, how to prepare this for this chapter. Practice ICAI illustration repeatedly. Understand when to apply which formula, and suppose we were using the mode or mean or geometric mean or harmonic mean or kind of various types of measures of central tendency. See what kind of formulas you have to apply, that you have to see carefully also be. And high scoring topics are mean, median, mode, standard deviation, probability formulas, binomial and Poisson distribution. Apart from that, in this correlation regression and index numbers are also be very important chapter that one has to see this. They have to understand what kind of formulas and chapters previously it has come. That has to be carefully see the topic also be. This is about the statistics part, and common mistakes to avoid: ignoring the statistics formulas, studying without solving MCQs, leaving the logical reasoning for last, not revising formulas daily. That kind of things will be common mistakes that are there by the students. Ignoring statistics formulas are also what kind of formulas that you yourself has to make a chart like a formula wise, chapter wise. Actually, even if you look at the our study material also in the last chapter wise also, it has been given in the summary part, the chapter wise, it has given, especially in the statistics part. When you are look at that in the summary, you can understand about the basic summary of the each chapter. Suppose the measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion, what are the limitations, merits and demerits of each kind of like arithmetic mean, median, geometric mean, harmonic mean, mode, and various types of median, quartiles, percentiles, and deciles also be there, and their properties that one has to study very carefully. Apart from that, and what are the measures of dispersions also be, what is the measures of dispersion, and absolute measures of dispersion and relative measures of dispersion. Various kinds of measures of dispersions are also be given. There actually range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, standard deviations are there. Respective, these are all called all the measures of dispersion absolute values. And in terms of relative means, they have to interpret what is the percentage changes are also be, and what is the coefficient of range, coefficient of mean deviation, coefficient of quartile deviation, and for that standard deviation is the coefficient of variation. These are the relative measures of dispersions are also be there. Now coming to the point, you have to carefully jot prepare the various formulas of the statistics and what are the importance and what are the merits and what are the demerits of that topic that has to be understand also be. So without wasting of time, you prepare this and that, and logical reasoning also having the 4 chapters, that number series and letter series also be there, and kind of odd one word, this is another series, and then coding and decoding chapters, these are all having the weightage also be there. And in that chapter actually there is no specific formulas are all given, but it has given all logical things are taken into some systematic way only. It has been approached, then only conclusions are drawn. Next one is, if you look at the all kind of these strategies, and that would be great help for you. And that means not ignoring the statistics formulas should not be there, and studying without solving MCQs. MCQs must be, you have to prepare actually, and leaving logical reasoning for last, means logical reasoning in the examination point of view. When we are sitting in the examination, can see the logical reasoning questions and complete the task, and before going to examinations also practice at least 100 questions, means first number series and letter series, odd and odd, and coding and decoding. From that questions, each chapter at least having the some kind of this chapter, you have to just 100 questions at least take in categories, and after that move to the seating arrangements. Questions are also seating arrangements may be little lengthy, but you have to practice that what is the, who is sitting immediate right or right side of the immediate right ki immediate right side of the person also, the little bit differences are also be there. Next one is who is sitting left, immediately left also be. Light, what is the clockwise direction and anti-clockwise direction also be, that you have to understand carefully also be. And revising the formulas daily from the specifically chapters of statistics and mathematics chapters are also be, that is very important, that will be helpful for you to write the examination. Especially this is a quantitative aptitude, is a application oriented paper, and that will definitely helpful to you also. And you have to, final success tips are like maintain a formula notebook, revise formula every morning, practice and under timed conditions, stay calm. Paper 3 is a good paper actually. And next one is never forget your goals and keep your mind on them. When your mind is fully focused on your task, you will be sure to succeed. This is the main, you have to keep our goals in our mind, then your mind will be full focused on your task and you will be succeed also. To succeed this on, for the focusing on practicing a variety of questions, revising key concepts and managing your time efficiently, regular revision and mock tests will help build your confidence and improve your ability to handle exam pressure also. This is a important thing. Practice a variety of questions, especially in the logical reasoning or any chapter actually, especially in the logical reasoning, or like in the that will be definitely revising the concepts in the like the statistics concepts and managing your time efficiently, regular revision and mock tests. Apart from the mock test, revision test papers, good number of questions are also be there in the study material that you will practice, and that will be definitely helpful. The examination pressure also be. Believe in yourself, achieve your dreams are also be. Next one, some important key steps. Master on the basics, mathematics and statistics formulas of your foundation syllabus. Practice regularly. Time management. Prioritize topics based on your strengths and weightage they carry in the examination. Learn shortcut tricks, revise regularly, and check your answers. Use ICAI study material, which regularly ICAI online live sections, mentoring sections. Stay positive, manage your stress also be. Next one is what I want to convey. These are the just guidelines only. What is the pattern of examination of foundation paper 3 that you have already knew about? This paper is a multiple choice question paper, MCQ paper, objective type of questions. All questions should carry 1 mark each. Each question should have 4 choices, out of which one would be correct also be. Is there any negative marking is there? Yes, there is a one for every wrong answer, 1/4 of the mark will be deducted, and it should be darken in the circle and the paper, the pencil, HB pencil with a black darken that actually. And now coming to the quick how to this expected number of questions from each chapter wise, that will be discussed here also be. You know very well the business mathematics paper having the 40 marks expected questions are there. Business mathematics 40 marks. Among that actually chapter wise major weightage has given to the mathematics of finance. Earlier we called as a time value of money. The same topic we mentioned as a like a now mathematics of finance. The weightage is given like a 14 marks maximum from this chapter. From and next one is chapter 1, ratio, proportions, indices and logarithms. We are expecting for the from the examination point of view like 5 questions, ratio 1 question, proportions, indices and logarithms. 5 questions maximum expected from this chapter. Arithmetic progression and geometric progression, combining of this chapter, 4 questions are expecting from this chapter. That is the arithmetic progression and geometric progression. From equation, 5 questions or 4 questions expecting from this chapter, 5 or 4. 5 questions are also sometimes. Combining of all these is 28 by 40 questions. That means 70% of the weightage has come from this chapter also. Next one is sets, relations, functions, basics of limits and continuity. Functions, that is 4 questions. Linear inequality 1 question, that means 33 out of all questions, 33 by 40 questions. Next one is permutation and combinations. Permutation expecting is 4 questions. Application of differential and integral calculus, maximum of 3 to 4 questions are also there. And sometimes they may not ask in the limits, but they may ask additional question here also, but application of differential and integral calculus combining 3 to 4 questions. Coverage of that means 40 of 40, that means 100% of the syllabus here, like the weightage is given here. Now coming to the next logical reasoning part. Logical reasoning is the number series, coding, decoding, and odd man out, and direction test, and seating arrangements, blood relations, and this is 5 marks. This from this number series and coding, decoding, and odd man out. There are 5 questions expecting from this chapter, and expected means kind of like a weightage has given, equal weightage has given for all these chapters of logical reasoning in this foundation syllabus. Direction test 5 marks, sitting arrangements are also 5 marks, blood relations are also 5 marks. Keeping in view of this importance of the chapter, you concentrate, and it is a very significant and important in terms of the exam preparation is concerned. You will be get more confidence, you will be get good marks on this without wasting of the time, and you will be get confidence also while preparing these chapters are also, because these are all not formula based, only logical based. Just you have to understand the question very well, and you will be able to logically find out the reason for that answer, and that's easy for also. This is my personal suggestion also be, and with experience I'm telling also. Now the statistics part that we are going to discuss here. Statistical description of data and sampling, and measures of central tendency and dispersion. These 2 chapters are major, very important of the statistics part. That means if you look at the just these 2 chapters, logical reasoning, that is another 20, and 40, that means, and next one is mathematics of finance. That means combining of all these things, almost all 50 to 54% marks are weightage is there. That means you have to prepare these chapters, practicing only, so that will be getting good marks on this chapter, and you will never fail once you prepare these 4 chapters. This means from statistics part 2 chapters, that is 13, 14. Apart from that, correlation regression and index numbers. Correlation regression also be very easy to compute, easy to understand also be, and index numbers are also be very easy. If you manage very well on these chapters, that is 30 questions, LR 20 question, and that means 50, and 12 to 14, that means 62 questions, almost all 62 64 questions. This is the mathematics of finance. That means you did not ignore on all kind of these chapters, that from this statistics 4 chapters, logical reasoning 4 chapters, 8 chapters, 9 chapters. That means 9 chapters having more good number of marks coming in the examination point of view. And only solution for this is actually practice, variety of questions, different kind of questions, that you will be able to succeed in the examinations also. Next, just I want to take for a few minutes break. After that, we will how to discuss about how to crack on the examination also. Just for a few minutes, I want to take break. Technical team. Oh, yeah. Students, now we come to the section and about we are discussing about the in the earlier slides weightage of the uh, various chapters of these statistics. Now the probability also 5 marks and a theoretical distribution 5 marks weightage. Sum up of all, that is 40 marks coverage as given. Next, some specific points related to the quantitative aptitude is like read carefully the questions. Once again, request the students and use ICAI study material. Plan your approach or also be that. Like we have the from the institute point of view, the study material is there. Paper 3 quantitative aptitude. You have to prepare that, and we have prepared the every time that I'm mentioning that Sarans is a material is there, which is a simple and a crisp, easy manner to prepare the quantitative aptitude. It has been given in a beautiful manner also be there. Apart from that, actually, in the student journal also be students. I say student journal. It is a like a very useful for the subjects specific journals also be each comes. It comes in every month also be. In the if you see the May 2024 students journal, there actually May 2024 journal. It's a has given that about the student examination tips are also. Apart from that, roadmap for success in the April 24 and September 24 also says subject specific preparation for examination also be given here. This will be definitely helpful to you how to crack the CA foundation examination. It has given in this all subjects also be. That will be definitely support you also be and encourage how to prepare for the exam also. Apart from that, if you see the study institute, there is a OMR sheet is also there. That OMR sheet will be definitely helpful if you download and practice well accordingly before going to the examination. That will be definitely helpful to you also be. And you know very well this 100% examination is a question is a large and 2 hours and there is no preparation also be that means question paper would be directly reading time is also not there in paper 3 paper 4 also and the if you have any doubts you can call me also be my landline number here also be given and paper 3 and paper 4 there is no advanced timings are given also be then generally paper 1 paper 2 examination there is a 15 minutes advanced timing reading time is given. Paper 3 paper 4 it is not given. Whether the calculators are allowed in the examination and use of calculator candidates will be allowed. Use of battery operated portable calculator is allowed in the examination. The calculator can be any type of 6 functions, 12 digits up to 2 memories are also be. Please keep it that this is a 6 functions and 12 digits up to 2 memories. Attempt use of any type of calculator not accompanying the specific indicated above having more features than mentioned that and shall unfair means actually means you could not use the scientific calculator also so be that and you know very well and this is 22nd January this examination is also be is there and you have doubt finally just I would like to give important things about you know this is a 3 categories like one is a section A 40 marks business mathematics. This is a purely numerical based syllabus included in the 12th standard of the syllabus. Advantage for the maths related background manage. However, it is recommended that vary well prepared with other two sections are also be. If you look at the CBSE or like a central board syllabus or like a in the NCERT 11th and 12th syllabus of commerce, especially for the commerce background students, there is a paper called actually option paper only, that is applied mathematics, actually applied mathematics in the 11th and 12th CBSE. That's a wonderful book, and once you see that you will get able to answer very well. And this syllabus is a combination of all mathematics and logical reasoning, 20 marks. There is in that syllabus logical reasoning also be covered there in the applied mathematics of the central syllabus. And logical reasoning, analytical ability skills. Once you understand that logical reasoning, it can be very scoring, and provided you practice well also be. This once you practice well, you can able to understand this also. Section C also be this most of the syllabus except in the last chapter normal distribution. Rest of the syllabus are also be part of the 12th statistics portion of the syllabus are also in the commerce streams especially. You know very well the chapter wise ratio, proportions and logarithms equations. Read through this theory given in the beginning of chapter wise, warm up and start solving the MCQs given in the ICAI module. Make list of all formulas what is the ratios and what is the proportions and what is the duplicate ratio, what is the triplicate ratios, and when the inverse ratios are there, and what is the meaning of the proportions, and what is the and indices, laws of indices and logarithms and equations. In the equations also be like simple equations and quadratic equation and cubic equations. Suppose the degree of the equation is 2 or 1, we can obtain the one solution, that is the for the quadratic equations 2 solutions, for the cubic equation 3 roots actually. Uh, Based on that, you have to prepare the formulas, and the MCQs also be given in the study material, and make the list of formulas, concepts and pin them on the board, and for easy reference are also be that. And the mathematics of finance, there is a practice and numerical problems. It is a good weightage as given in the as per the examination point of view, and variety of numerical problems, topics like time value of money. Since this course involves the financial calculations and analysis, focus on topics like compound interest, simple interest, present value, future value, bond valuation of bonds, depreciation, and methods. Apart from compound annual growth rate, CAGR sums, all kind of things are very, very important. Next, permutation and combinations. Permutation and combinations are also be very, very important. And sets, relations, functions, sequence, and series. The series like make the list of all kind of math formulas in these chapters, especially permutation and combinations, and concepts of the uh, these all very, very important. And set theory also very interesting. And what is the power set, that kind and various kind of functions and their relations, how it can be the limits and the continuity function, differential calculus and integral calculus, and their applications in the business, especially in the marginal cost, in the marginal revenue funds, using in the total cost functions, especially in the cost theories and revenue functions, cost function and revenue functions of the economics, that how it can be obtained based on that marginal cost and marginal revenue. Apart from that, using the total marginal cost and marginal revenue, how when it is applied in the differentiation, the integral calculus, how it can be obtained total cost and total revenue functions are also be, and solve the problems accordingly, and what are the concepts that first primarily try to understand all kind of applications are also be. This will be definitely helpful to you also. Next, one is already discussed about the understand the application of differential and integral calculus. This chapter only most of the students fail and to understand, but this is a simple formula based only, and there is no trigonometric functions are also be there, and primarily here simple algebraic logarithmic and exponential kind of functions which are used in the business applications. Such kind of examples only be given here. So keeping in view of these concepts and which are applied in the business and economics applications, that primarily which are used here actually. Such kind of formulas very important, and try to understand and how to apply those kind of functions are also be. Next one is logical reasoning, and in that also be the first chapter. The first chapter is the number series, and in which letters of some order and coding decoding has been on also be, and how to sort the that kind of once you understand the puzzle very well, you can able to understand, and conclude answers will be easily drawn. Next one is chapter wise, when come to that next one is the direction test. Direction test, it has mentioned very well in the study material also be very easy to understand, and directions are also be mentioned, and for direction clockwise, anti-clockwise, and finally where it is moving, and degrees also be understand, you can very well also be using that. Next, seating and arrangements are also be very important questions. Next, whether it is linear arrangements or circular kind of arrangements are also be there. That is very important actually. Next, blood relation, last but not least, and blood relation is also be very important. In this type of condition, some kind of prior conditions are also be given, that has to understand very well how the relationship can be drawn also be there. Then the statistical description of coming to the chapters for the statistics part, like statistical description of data and sampling. To understand the overview of the subject statistics and application, we can understand here, and know about the collection of techniques, and including the distinction between the primary and secondary data, and how to represent these kind of statistical data in tabular forms, or also be various kind of tabular forms which has been given, and then to understand further the various kind of sampling methods are also be given in the study method. The probability sampling methods and non-probability kind of sampling methods also be. Next, further move to the chapter like measures of central tendency and dispersion. To understand different measures of central tendency also there. One is the arithmetic mean, median, and mode, geometric mean and harmonic mean, and computational techniques of these measures to learn comparative advantage and disadvantages of these measures. Apart from that, and where the measures of use, and what are the circumstances, and what are the where the business applications are also be used. Apart from that, now come to the measures of dispersion also, how the data would be spread among from the central positions there also be. This would be helpful by using the dispersions are also be. One is the absolute measures of dispersion, and another one is relative measures of dispersion are also be there, and range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, and standard deviations are also be there. These are the absolute measures of dispersion. Relative measures of dispersion, coefficient of range, coefficient of quartile deviation, coefficient of mean deviation, and variance from the CV, coefficient of variation also be there. These are the relative measures of dispersions. Apart from that, their properties are also be, you have to understand very carefully, whether mean is affected by scale and origin, whether the mean is affected by scale and origin, median is affected by scale and origin, or mode is affected by scale and origin. Apart from that, the combined arithmetic mean, combined harmonic mean, combined geometric mean, and we have the various types of formulas are also be given, and their properties, their merits and demerits are also be given actually, especially when you are using the mean, arithmetic mean, and geometric mean, and harmonic means are also be there. These once you have to understand very carefully, then only you can differentiate the difference between the these kind of formulas are also be. Now, not only that, actually, in the measures of dispersion, when we look at the various applications of like measures of dispersion, range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, standard deviation, whether they are affected from change of origin, change of scale, or the origin scale. That means suppose y equal to a plus bx, this is called origin, this is called scale. Okay, and that means one, we are talking about the range, next one is quartile deviation, third one is mean deviation, fourth one is the standard deviation. These are the absolute measures of central tendency. And range is affected by change of scale only. That means range is affected by change of scale, means it will not be impact on change of origin also be. That means y equal to mod b of x, the new range would be. Similarly, for quartile deviation also be the same, the range quartile deviation also affected by change of scale only, and mean deviation is also affected by change of scale only. Standard deviation also be affected by change of scale factor only. That means whether multiply or division, that means scale. And add or subtract is called origin here actually. When the for that variable, new variable will not be changed, whether adding or subtraction to this, then there is no change in the range also be. Similarly, in the quartile deviation also be. Quartile deviation also be three kinds. Range is the largest value in the smallest value of the data. For a data, especially in the quality control purpose, also range is used actually. Next one is for a temperature of a day, or maximum temperature and minimum, that difference are also be in the used in the range is also. Quartile deviation and standard, that is the data is divided into, that is the first quartile, 25th 1/4 of the data, and 50% of the data is the median, and 3/4 of the third quartile deviation actually. And the quartile deviation is the best classification for the open end classification also. This is the very important for the examination point of view also. Every time I am telling about the same thing. Next one is the mean deviation. Mean deviation is computed, absolute mean deviation also be, and this is computed through even though it is a negative values, computed from the mean, median, and mode also. Among that, median is the best mean deviation from median also. And absolute mean deviation, that is and median, mean deviation from mean deviation from mode, and mean deviation from standard deviation. Sorry, mean deviation from median is the best among that. And next come to the standard deviation, square root mean deviation. That is the square root mean deviation is the standard deviation. And next one is the various kinds of relative measures are also be discussed. That is the relative measures, actually relative measures. One is the coefficient of range, coefficient of QD, next coefficient of mean deviation, last one is for that CV, coefficient of variation, that is formula sigma by x bar into 100. These are the various types of relative measures, that is the coefficient of range, coefficient of mean deviation, coefficient of quartile deviation, coefficient of that is variation, that is for the standard deviation by mean into 100. This is the purpose when to compare the two efficient of two batsmen, and which CV is lower, that the coefficient of variation is lower, we can say that that man is the efficient batsman also be. And these are the, while comparing the efficient of two persons in the cricket matches also, the CV is which is lower, that is the, we can use that. Next one is the theoretical distribution. If you see the January student journal also be probability and theoretical distribution, and it has been given in the simple way also. There actually in the student journal, like simple techniques and formulas are also be given, that would be definitely helpful to you. And that is the discrete, what are the discrete distributions and their properties in the limitations and applications of examples of binomial Poisson distributions. And while coming to this continuous distribution, in the syllabus point of view, normal distribution has been discussed also with under their property and their function, and what are the mean deviation, standard deviation formulas are also be given. Next, coming to the very important chapter, and that is very scoring and very interesting topic of the statistics part. And already I had told you in the beginning of the section also, correlation regression part. This is the, what is the meaning of the, in the earlier talk about the first two chapters are the single data representation, data things, actually that is the single related variables. And when we talk about the bivariate data, the single two point of, that means when we talk about the demand supply of the demand and price, two kind of variates actually, x and y, and their preparation bivariate distribution concept, their relations are also demand and quantity, demand and price, also quantity, demand and supply also be kind of relation, means correlation, whether there is a positive or negative correlation, degrees of whether the one is increasing, other is also increasing in the same direction, whether when it is in the opposite direction, we can say that a negative correlation. If both are increasing or decreasing in the same direction, we can say that there is a positive correlation. If there is no opposites kind of signs increasing or decreasing, that is the negative correlations are also be. When there is no correlation, means zero correlation also. And what is the spurious correlation also be differentiation. It has been given in the exam also be, what is the coefficient of determination, coefficient of non-determination, such kind of examples. You just jot down the important formulas related to correlation, important to regression. Regression is an equation which is estimated y on x. The suppose demand is a function of rise of, like that. We have that you have to make a function like how it can be used also be. And very interesting that correlation chapter as well as the regression chapter, combining of these two chapters are also given a good weightage in the exam point of view also. And next one is the various index numbers are also be interesting chapter in the last part of the study material also. Index numbers having the like a simple index numbers and aggregate weightage index numbers are also be given. And for that, what are the important concepts of the simple index numbers, and what are the various types of weightage also be given. And issues what an index number is a ratio, an average of expressed as a percentage actually. Two or more time periods involved, one or two, which is one initial period when we compare with the period is called the base period, and the current period is when base period to current period, how much percentage change of the prices or quantities has been increased also be or percentage as when we talk about the prices they have the price index number. When we talk about the quantities, it's called quantity index numbers, which are primarily used in the uh, production and industrial production activities are also be issues generally involved in the production of index numbers: selection of data, base period, selection of weights, use of averages, choice of variables also. And when we come to the index numbers, simple index numbers, weighted index number, unweighted index. Unweighted are the simple, weighted are the simple aggregative index numbers. And apart from that, last pairs index numbers based on the weighted index number, uh, which is written as last pairs index numbers L01 sigma P1 Q naught by sigma P naught Q naught into 100 is there. That is the for the general purpose actually. When we talk about the uh, 1 means here the current year, and 0 means here the base period. This is the price in the base the current year, and the quantity in the uh, base period. Price in the base year and quantity in the base period. And primarily you have to understand that last price index number is as mentioned that like a weightage which is given as the base year quantities as well weights actually. Next one is Parsons index numbers sigma P1 Q1 by sigma P0 Q0 Q1 P0 Q1. That means here this current year price, current year quantity, current year base year price, current year quantity. Just simply understand that this 100 is there in all the ways when we are talk about the index numbers are also. And this is the current year quantities as weights in the partial weight index numbers. Next we'll come to the Marshall Edgeworth index numbers. This is the sigma P0 into Q0 plus Q1 and the sigma P1, sorry, this is P1, P0, Q0 plus Q1 into 100. That means average of the current year quantity as well as the base year quantity as a weights in the Marshall Edgeworth index numbers. Next, we talk about the Fisher's index numbers. This P01 into Q01. That is the Fisher's index numbers. That is the geometric mean of last pairs index numbers as well as the Parsons index numbers. Next, weighted relative index numbers, which is very very important also be that. Next, other deflated value, current value, what is it means? Current value and the test of adequacy, what is there? One is the unit test, one is the time reversal test, factor reversal test, and circular test. Various types of test of adequacy also be there. Then try to understand the differences and what are the index numbers, time reversal, what is the meaning of the unit test, what is the meaning of the time reversal test. All it has been given in the study material. You have to carefully read all concepts before going to examinations also. These are all statistics and mathematics part, basically formula based as well as the some kind of conditions based also be. And preconditions means it has given some kind of specific formulas that one has to understand very carefully also. And you are preparing the statistics part means that you will be able to get the confidence as well as the logical reasoning part also be there. From that statistical point of view, chapter actually first 13th and 14th chapter as well as the correlation regression, you will get the good marks, that is 30 marks you will be able to get. Apart from that, theoretical distributions and probability, these are all basically formula and the logical oriented. Once you understand the logical, you will enjoy the sums are also be, and you will get the good marks are also. With this background, just I would be thankful to the students. This is a very interesting, quite important one oriented examination point of view. Further, you have any doubt in this uh, chapter wise also be, you can reach me, you can call me, landline number also be, and anybody have any doubt, just tell me. Otherwise, I will close the today's section. Thank you, students. Wish you very all the best. If anybody have any doubt, just please let me know. Okay, thank you so much, students. Wish you all the best. Over.